Every morning when you open your eyes, the world gives you a silent invitation to rise, to fight, to become. But most people miss it because they start their day already defeated. They wake up tired, complain before they even move, scroll through their phones searching for motivation that's already buried inside them. You see, it's not that people don't have potential. It's that they've forgotten how to be thankful for the simple fact that they woke up today. Gratitude is power. It's not soft. It's not sentimental. It's strength. Because when you wake up thankful, your mindset changes before your feet even hit the floor. You stop waiting for things to happen and you start creating your own momentum. When you live without gratitude, every small problem feels like a mountain. You see everything that's missing and you blind yourself to everything that's possible. But when you live thankful, the same problems become fuel. You stop saying, why me? And start saying, try me. You start to understand that life isn't against you, it's building you. Every challenge, every delay, every test is preparing you for something greater. But the only way to see that is with a grateful heart, because gratitude opens your eyes to opportunity while negativity closes them. The person who's thankful in the struggle is dangerous because nothing can break someone who refuses to stop seeing blessings even in the middle of the storm. This is where your comeback begins. This is where the fire inside you starts to burn again. Not when everything goes right, but when you decide to be thankful even when everything goes wrong. That's what separates winners from everyone else. They don't just grind when it's easy. They rise when it's hardest. They find strength in the struggle. They find power in patience. They find peace in progress because they know every single day they wake up is another chance to build something, to change something, to become something. So don't waste this morning. Don't take it for granted. Don't scroll through your blessings like they mean nothing. Wake up with purpose. Wake up with gratitude. Wake up with the mindset that says, I'm here to win today. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. You got breath in your lungs, a vision in your mind, and a fire in your heart. That means you've already got everything you need to rise. But it starts with how you think, with how you see, with what you say the moment your day begins. The world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe it to yourself to give everything. So wake up thankful, wake up focused, wake up ready to rise and grind like your future depends on it. Because it does, Gratitude turns struggle into strength. That's not just a pretty phrase. It's a way of surviving, evolving, and rising above everything that tried to break you. Most people only give thanks when life feels good. They're thankful when the sun's shining, when the bills are paid, when the plan works out. But real gratitude begins when everything goes wrong, when life hits you hard and still you whisper a thank you. Because in that moment, you take your power back. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the author of your response. You begin to see that pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. Every storm that came into your life didn't come to drown you. It came to wash away the version of you that wasn't ready for what's next. Most people don't understand that struggle is the raw material of strength. You don't get stronger by comfort. You get stronger by challenge. You don't grow by winning all the time. You grow by learning how to stand tall after losing. And the only way to turn that pain into power is through gratitude. Gratitude changes your perspective. It changes how you see everything. The same situation that once made you bitter can make you better if you learn to be thankful for what it's teaching you. Life isn't about avoiding pain. It's about finding meaning inside it. When you choose gratitude in the middle of chaos, you're saying to the universe, I'm not breaking, I'm building. Gratitude teaches you patience. It teaches you humility. It reminds you that even in your darkest hour, you're still here, still breathing, still standing. And that means your story isn't over. You survived every hard day before this one, and that's something to thank yourself for. Gratitude gives you perspective when the world gives you problems. It makes you realize that maybe the rejection was redirection. Maybe that heartbreak built your resilience. Maybe that failure was necessary to reveal your true potential. Every difficulty you faced is a piece of the puzzle that makes you who you are. The only reason most people stay stuck in pain is because they focus on what they lost instead of what they learned. Gratitude shifts that focus. It takes you from a why me, to what is this trying to teach me? When you live from a place of gratitude, even pain becomes sacred. Even pain becomes sacred. You start to appreciate the long nights because they taught you endurance. You start to value the failures because they made you sharper. You start to honor the betrayals because they taught you discernment. Every wound becomes wisdom. Every scar becomes strength. That's what gratitude does. It transforms the raw, painful experiences of life into power you can use. It's easy to thank life when it's kind, but strength is built when you can thank it while it's cruel. That's the test of character. Can you still say a thank you when the storm hasn't passed, when the weight is heavy, when the answers haven't come? Because that's when gratitude becomes real. See, gratitude isn't denial. It doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending you're fine. It means acknowledging that even in your pain, there's purpose. It's saying, this hurts, but I'm growing. It's saying, I don't understand it right now, but I know this is shaping me for something greater. That kind of gratitude is spiritual armor. It keeps your heart strong when life tries to harden it. It protects your peace when everything else is falling apart. Because once you learn to be thankful in the storm, no storm can steal your peace again. When you practice gratitude, you rewire your mind. You stop looking for what's missing and start seeing what's already there. You realize that your worst day is still someone else's miracle. You realize that the air you breathe, the body you have, the people who care about you, those aren't small things, they're blessings. But the truth is, gratitude takes effort. It's not automatic. The world constantly pulls you toward comparison, entitlement, and negativity. It wants you to forget what you already have. Gratitude is rebellion against that. It's choosing joy in a world addicted to complaining. It's saying, I'm not waiting for everything to be perfect before I give thanks. I'm thankful now, while it's messy, while it's hard, while I'm still building. The strongest people you'll ever meet are not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who found a reason to smile through the struggle. They're the ones who kept faith alive when the lights went out. They're the ones who turn pain into power because they refuse to let bitterness take roots. Gratitude is what gave them that strength. It's the difference between breaking down and breaking through. Every time you choose gratitude, you are declaring that your circumstances don't define your spirit. You are saying, you can take everything from me, but you can't take my ability to appreciate what's left. That's real power because it can't be stolen. And here's the truth. Gratitude will always reveal who you really are. When you lose something, when life humbles you, when everything you plan falls apart, that's when you see your true character. Are you someone who gives up and complains? Or are you someone who stands tall and says, thank you for the lesson? That's what separates the broken from the unbreakable. Gratitude doesn't change the situation. It changes you. It gives you the eyes to see opportunity where others see obstacles. It gives you the heart to keep going when others quit. The next time you go through something difficult, stop asking for it to be over and start asking for the strength to understand it. Stop saying, why is this happening to me? And start saying, what is this teaching me? Because when you learn to see life that way, you become unstoppable. Gratitude makes you untouchable, not because life stops testing you, but because you stop letting it defeat you. You stop giving power to pain, and you start using pain as power. You start realizing that every setback, every delay, every heartbreak was never the end. It was the training ground. It was preparing you for something greater, something that required more strength, more depth, more maturity. When you live in gratitude, nothing is wasted. Not your tears, not your failures, not your mistakes. They all become fuel. Every experience, no matter how painful, becomes a tool in your hands. You begin to thank life for the lessons instead of resenting it for the losses. That's when you know you've grown. Because gratitude isn't about pretending everything's good. It's about seeing the good in everything. It's about realizing that the very things that hurt you the most are the things that made you the most powerful. So yes, be thankful for the victories, but be even more thankful for the battles. Be thankful for the people who left, for the times you were broke, for the seasons that tested you because they made you. Gratitude doesn't just make you happy. It makes you strong. It doesn't just bring peace. It builds character. It builds character. And when you can look back on everything you've been through and say, I'm grateful for it all, that's when you've truly turned struggle into strength. Of being thankful every day is not just about saying a thank you. It's about developing a mindset that refuses to be poisoned by what's missing and instead focuses on what's already here. It's about learning to see blessings where others see burdens. Gratitude isn't a soft emotion. It's one of the hardest disciplines you'll ever practice because it demands awareness in the middle of chaos. It asks you to pause when your life feels like it's falling apart and still find something worth appreciating. Being thankful every day means you stop letting life decide your mood. You decide it. You own it, because gratitude is not just something you feel. It's something you choose again and again, even when life doesn't give you a reason to. Every morning when you wake up, life gives you two choices: to complain about what's wrong or to appreciate what's right. And what most people don't realize is that these two mindsets create two completely different lives. Complainers live in a world of scarcity, of lack, of a never enough. Thankful people live in abundance. They see opportunity in the ordinary. They see progress even in pain. Gratitude transforms your perception. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present, from what's unfair to what's possible. That's why being thankful every day is so powerful. It rewires your mind to see strength, not struggle. You can't be bitter and grateful at the same time. You can't complain and grow. The two can't coexist. Gratitude forces you to evolve beyond excuses. The truth is, the most successful people you'll ever meet have learned to say a thank you, even when the outcome wasn't what they wanted. They've trained themselves to extract the lesson from the loss, the strength from the struggle, and the growth from the pain. Being thankful every day is not about ignoring reality. It's about mastering it. It's realizing that you're still breathing, still fighting, still capable. That means you still have a chance to change everything. Some people wake up with everything and still find reasons to be miserable. Others wake up with almost nothing and still find reasons to smile. The difference isn't in their life, it's in their perspective. Gratitude doesn't change what you have. It changes what you see. When you learn to be thankful daily, you stop chasing happiness and start living it. Because happiness isn't about external rewards. It's about internal focus. The more you practice gratitude, the more your energy changes. Yeah, you start walking differently, talking differently, thinking differently. You stop comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel and start appreciating your own progress. Gratitude keeps you grounded when success arrives and keeps you strong when failure hits. It's your emotional anchor. It reminds you that everything you have today was once something you prayed for. Every moment you're living right now, even the hard ones, are shaping a version of you that's coming next. There will be days when being thankful feels impossible, when you're tired, frustrated, and the weight of life feels unbearable. But those are the days when gratitude becomes the most powerful. Because when you can look at your struggle and still say, I'm thankful, you take the power back from pain. You refuse to let circumstances define your spirit. Gratitude doesn't mean you're ignoring the storm. It means you've decided to dance in the rain. It's strength disguised as humility. It's power disguised as peace. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't let your first thought be about what's missing. Let it be about what's here. The bed you slept in, the breath in your lungs, the people who love you, the strength that carried you this far. Gratitude isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about acknowledging that even in imperfection, life is still worth living. Every sunrise is a reminder that you still have a purpose. Every day you open your eyes, you're being given another chance to get it right, to grow, to love, to create, to serve. And if that's not worth being thankful for, what is? You don't have to wait for something bigger to happen to feel grateful. Be thankful for the small things, the morning coffee, the quiet moments, the laughter, the lessons, the struggle that made you wiser. Because one day you'll look back and realize those small things were actually the big things. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It shifts your energy from I'm not there yet to I'm grateful, I'm still on the way. That energy attracts progress. That energy builds momentum. That energy brings peace. So choose to be thankful today, not because everything is perfect, but because you are still becoming stronger through the imperfection. Gratitude won't erase your pain, but it will give it purpose. It won't remove your problems, but it will remind you that you are more powerful than them. Being thankful every day is how you win quietly. It's how you stay grounded in chaos. It's how you remind yourself that no matter how dark it gets, there's always something to appreciate. And when you start living from that energy, your whole life changes. Not because everything outside of you shifts, but because you do doubt gratitude isn't real until it's practiced. Saying you're thankful means nothing if your actions don't reflect it. That's where most people fail. They talk gratitude, but they don't live it. They say I'm thankful, but their lifestyle, their habits, their attitude tell a different story. The third key to being thankful every day is action. Living gratitude through the way you move, speak, and make decisions. Because gratitude is not just an emotion you feel, it's a discipline you live. It's not about waiting until everything feels good to show appreciation. It's about showing appreciation in how you treat others, how you handle challenges, and how you carry yourself even when life hits hard. When you start living with gratitude, it becomes visible in your work ethic. People who are thankful don't complain about having to work. They're grateful they get to work. They don't drag their feet to their job, their dream, or their goals. They approach it with energy, with passion, because they know the opportunity itself is a blessing. Gratitude removes entitlement. It removes laziness. It removes the idea that the world owes you something. Because once you realize how much you already had, you stop expecting things to be handed to you. You start earning them. Gratitude creates hunger. It creates drive. It pushes you to take care of what you have while you work for what you want. Look at your life. Everything you take for granted right now, someone else is praying for. The job you complain about, someone is begging for it. The food on your table, someone hasn't eaten in days. The roof over your head, someone sleeping in the cold. Gratitude brings awareness to the simple things that we often overlook. It forces you to pause and realize how far you've come, how much you've already survived, and how many blessings you walk past without even noticing. When you start to really see that, your energy changes. You start to handle things differently. You stop waking up angry about what you don't have and start waking up inspired to protect what you do. That's living gratitude. And here's the truth. Life responds to gratitude. The more you show it, the more it multiplies. When you act thankful, opportunities expand. When you treat people with appreciation, relationships deepen. When you give your best with a grateful heart, life gives more back. Gratitude opens doors that complaining keeps locked. Because complaining closes your mind, but gratitude opens it. You start to see possibility instead of limitation. You start to attract progress because your energy shifts from lack to abundance. Living gratitude also means staying home. It means remembering where you came from and who helped you get here. Gratitude doesn't just look forward, it looks backward too. It honors the people, the struggles, and the sacrifices that shaped you. When you live this way, arrogance has no place. You stop looking down on others because you remember that everything you have could be gone tomorrow. Gratitude teaches you to handle success with grace and failure with patience. It teaches you to serve more, give more, love more, because you understand how much you've already been given. But here's the challenge. It's easy to be grateful when everything's going right. It's when everything's falling apart that true gratitude shows up. When you've been rejected, when you failed, when you're exhausted, that's when gratitude becomes your weapon. Because it keeps your spirit alive when your circumstances want to break you. You say, I'm still thankful because I'm still standing. That's real strength. That's how warriors think. Gratitude turns pain into power. It takes a broken situation and says, there's still something here I can use. Gratitude lived daily becomes your anchor. It keeps you steady in chaos. It reminds you of your why when you start to forget. Every time you choose gratitude over frustration, you build mental strength. Every time you choose to say a thank you instead of a why me, you prove to yourself that you're in control. Gratitude is not about pretending that everything's okay. It's about recognizing that even when it's not, you still have the ability to grow, to learn, to fight. That's what separates the grateful from the miserable. It's not circumstance, it's choice. If you want to see how strong someone really is, watch how they react when life doesn't go their way. The ungrateful complain. The grateful adjust. They find the lesson. They move with purpose. They stay calm because they know that every closed door is protecting them from something not meant for them. Gratitude gives them peace. They don't lose time blaming, envying, or wishing. They stay focused because gratitude keeps their vision clear. Every time you act with gratitude, you are teaching your mind that abundance exists. You're training your spirit to stop chasing and start appreciating. Gratitude builds momentum. It's like a snowball that gets bigger with every thankful thought, every positive action, every humble response. The more you live it, the more natural it becomes. You stop needing external motivation because you're internally fueled by appreciation. You stop waiting for good days because you've learned to create them. And that's what makes gratitude one of the most powerful motivators on earth. When you wake up thankful, you work harder. When you stay thankful, you stress less. When you live thankful, you attract better people, better moments, better results. Because energy is contagious, and nothing radiates stronger energy than genuine appreciation. So don't just say you're grateful. Live it. Show it in the way you treat people. Show it in the effort you give. Show it in the way you carry yourself when no one's watching. Gratitude is not about saying a thank you when it's easy. It's about showing thankfulness when it's hardest. When you keep pushing after failure, when you stay humbled after success, when you smile even through tears, that's living gratitude. Every single day is a gift that doesn't have to be repeated. The people around you, the opportunities in front of you, the breath in your lungs, they're all reminders that you still have purpose. So start living like it. Don't wait for the perfect moment to appreciate your life. Make this moment perfect by appreciating it. Gratitude is how you honor your existence, how you pay respect to your struggle, how you show life that you're ready for more. When you live with gratitude, every day becomes enough. And from that energy, more always comes. When it's all said and done, life isn't about what you get. It's about who you become while chasing it. Every single day you wake up with a choice to complain about what's missing or to be thankful for what's still here. Gratitude is the foundation of greatness. It's the secret ingredient that separates those who burn out from those who rise stronger. Because when you live thankful, you stop focusing on what's wrong and you start magnifying what's right. You stop running from your pain and start using it. You stop waiting for the perfect time and start realizing that this time is all you've got. If you want to change your life, start by changing your attitude. Stop waking up like you're owed something. You're not. Nobody owes you success, happiness, or peace. You have to build those things, and gratitude is the tool that helps you build them from the ground up. Every time you say a thank you, even when it hurts, you're building strength. Every time you keep working when no one's watching, you're proving your commitment. Every time you choose to see the good instead of drowning in the bad, you're setting yourself apart from 99% of the world. Gratitude is not a soft feeling, it's a weapon. It's what keeps you fighting when life gets ugly. The people who live with gratitude are the ones who last because they don't let failure define them. They let it remind them. They don't get destroyed by pain. They get disciplined by it. They don't stop when things get uncomfortable. They grow through it. Gratitude gives you perspective. It keeps you grounded when you win and keeps you hopeful when you lose. It teaches you that success isn't about how much you have, but how much you appreciate what you have while you fight for more. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't start your day scrolling. Don't start your day complaining. Start it with gratitude. Start it with power. Start it by saying, I'm still here. And that means I still have a purpose. Because every morning you open your eyes, life is giving you another shot to get it right. Don't waste it wishing you had more. Use it to become more. Use it to become more. Don't chase comfort, chase growth. Don't wait for someone to push you. Fuel yourself with gratitude and get up anyway. This is your reminder that you have everything you need to begin again. The strength, the drive, the time. It's all already inside you, but none of it will move unless you start living with appreciation. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into powerful opportunities. It turns fear into faith. It turns survival into success. So go live thankful. Work with fire. Move with purpose. Speak with power, because when gratitude fills your heart, nothing can stop your grind and no setback can kill your spirit. You were given another day. Now it's your job to make it count.